Hello everyone, and this is Devabrata here. Welcome to all of you to our channel Schrodinger's Cat. And formally, we had discussed in our previous lectures that the LS and the JJ coupling for NEET aspirants. Today we will discuss the polarization of light from the topics wave optics and oscillation for IIT JAM JEST aspirants. Today we will cover the polarization by reflection and Brewster's law, double refraction and nickel prism, Malus law and Polaroid, Huygens theory of double reflection, production of elliptically and circularly polarized light, retardation plate, half and full wave plate, half and quarter wave plate basically. So this would be the wave optics and the oscillation. So total number of questions are coming in the entrance exam. In IIT JAM there are 8 to 9 questions are coming, and the JEST exam 3 or 4 questions, and in TIFR 3 questions are coming in this topic that the wave optics and oscillation, and in the polarization chapter. So 1 or 2 questions are coming. So let's get started. And one thing is that for your exam point of view, today I just basically do chapter summary in a nutshell and discuss the problem coming in IIT JAM and the JEST, and after completing we have discussed the theory elaborately. So first of all, that our formula section, that the production of plane polarized light, basically production of plane polarized light, that by the reflection, by the refraction, by the selective absorption. Next one is the double reflection, double refraction, and last one the scattering. So for the reflection, that the polarizability is written as the IP minus IS divided by IP plus IS is equal to M divided by M plus 2n by 1 minus n square whole square. And for the scattering, you just know I is proportional to 1 by lambda to the power 4 for lambda blue is greater than lambda red. Next one, that for the polarization of light, the Brewster's law, that be the Brewster's law saying that tangent of the basically IP polarization angle is equal to n, refractive index is written as sin IP divided by sin 90 minus IP. We just know theta p polarization angle plus this is would be pi by 2. So for this case, theta equal to theta p is equal to tan inverse n1 by n2. Next one is the Malus law. So this is origin x and the y, and this is a reaction. Suppose this is O and the P, and this reaction is the analyzer, and this is the transmission plane of polarizer. So the Malus law saying that the I equal to E naught square cos square theta, that is equal to I naught square cos square theta, where the I naught is equal to E naught square. So I be the intensity of light that emerges from analyzer, and I naught be the intensity of polarized light incident on the analyzer, and the theta, this angle theta, be the angle between the polarizer and the analyzer. This is the polarizer and this is the analyzer. A means analyzer. Next one, the superposition of polarized wave. So this is written in this equation that the x square by a square minus 2xy cos delta divided by ab plus y square by b square is equal to sin square delta. This is the general equation. For plane polarized, this is very important. Plane polarized or linear polarized, the delta is 2m pi, even multiple of pi. So y would become b by a into x. Basically b by a means the tangent tan theta x. This would be the positive. Here delta, for delta odd multiple of pi 2m plus 1 pi, y would be minus tan theta x. This become the minus theta negative. This is for linear polarized. For elliptical polarized, EP, delta would become odd multiple of pi by 2. Odd multiple of pi by 2. This is very very important. X square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Equation of ellipse. And for circular polarized, the delta is odd multiple of pi by 2. And here one thing is that for circularized polarized, so amplitude would become same, and the elliptical polarized, the amplitude would be difference, A or A, amplitude or intensity. Basically I just written here for this relation between the amplitude and the intensity, I equal to a square. So this would become the x square plus y square equal to a square. Equation of circle. Next one, go at the trajectory. That we just draw a line for your better clarify. So we just now discuss here the trajectories, that by the equation. So first of one is that this is origin x and the y. This is one trajectory. Here the theta is 0, that is the linear polarized, and another one is that this type of. So here theta is pi by 3, that is REP, that means the right handed elliptical polarized. Next one, so this is theta is equal to pi by 2 right handed circular polarized. Next one is that theta 2 pi by 3 twice pi by 3 is right handed elliptical polarized. Next one that theta equal to pi, linear polarized, second and fourth quadrant. Next one, this is the left-handed elliptical polarized because of this direction. So here theta 4 pi by 3. Next, so this one, the theta 3 pi by 2, odd multiple of pi by 2. This is the left-handed circular polarized. Next one, these are the trajectories. So this one, theta 5 pi by 3, left-handed elliptical polarized. Last one, first and third coordinate, theta equal to 2 ice pi, linear polarized. These are all the trajectories. Next, go ahead that the retardation plate, for the retardation plate, the delta 2 pi by lambda n naught difference NE, this is basically the NO, NE into D, where O means the O ray and E means the E ray. So by double refraction, that this is split of two kind of ray, E and O, and the delta would become here del theta. For the quarter wave plate, that NO minus NE, O ray, E ray into D is equal to lambda by 4. And for the half wave plate, that NO minus NE into D is equal to lambda by 2. Next one, the Bayes law. Bayes law, that a solution containing m milligram of active substance per cc, the rotation theta for a path length L is given by theta is equal to S m L by 10, where S be the specific rotation and the rotary polarization, the rotation of the plane vibration would become phi is equal to delta by 2 is equal to pi L del lambda divided by lambda square, where L be the thickness. So we just cover here the chapter summary of the polarization of light. Now go ahead our problem discussion sessions. That's first one is coming, the IIT JAM 2018 is saying that which one of the following arrangement of optical components can be used to distinguish between an unpolarized and the circular polarized light. So option A, that plate and analyzer lambda by 2 path difference light. So here output would be linear polarized for both. because lambda by 2 plate, half plate. Next one, this is the linear polarized for both LP. Here also lambda by 2 half wave plate, the linear polarized for both, light coming through polarizer to analyzer and the plate, polarizer to analyzer via plate LP. Basically plate is given polarizer and the analyzer, and here plate and analyzer, and here polarizer and analyzer. So fourth one is also in linear polarized, but the third one just say here the path difference is lambda by 4. So the output, the light plate coming through plate and to analyzer, the output would become the linear polarized of first one. This one to this one linear polarized, and the intensity is linear polarized with intensity varying from 0 to maximum output. So basically it is a theoretical question because lambda by 4 plate with analyzer and the plate is deduced to distinguish the unpolarized to circular polarized light. So C would be our correct answers. Next, coming in JEST 2018, that a plane of polarization angle 60 degree after passing through an wave plate, the axis of the wave plate is an angle alpha with respect to the plane of polarization of light. You have to find the angle alpha. So a theory say that when plane polarized light is incident at the pi by 4 plate, it convert into circular polarized light. We just do in your previous questions, whereas pi by 2 plate. So here given the 60 degree means the twice alpha. So twice alpha, because of the angle, this angle is alpha, and the after polarization of circularly, this is basically the linear LP, and here the circular polarized light, this angle, this one and this one would be the 2 alpha. So 2 alpha is 60 degree, so alpha is equal to 30 degree, and the plate must be include here the lambda by 2. For the lambda by 2 plate, the phase difference become pi by 4 phase difference. So B would be our correct answer, lambda by 2 plate with angle alpha 30 degree. Next, IIT JAM 2006. Here giving electric field equation, which of the following direction of the first axis of a quarter wave plate convert the circular polarized light. So you have given electric field, suppose electromagnetic wave, and you have to find which direction is applicable here to convert the LP to CP, linear polarized to circular polarized light with a quarter plate. This theory is very important. LP to CP, which plate, which direction, and the phase difference. So here given that E is equal to E naught A exponential that I omega t minus kz, where the E naught is equal to this one, that the Ci plus 4j. So you have to find the angle between the E naught and A and the B. So this is A and this is the B. So I just choose a option A and find the angle, and you have to find the linear to polarized for the angle theta equal to 45 degree. You have to find which is represent the theta 45 degree. So first of all, the cos theta is equal to, for the A, that the E naught A divided by mod E naught and the A. So this would become just dot product this of the, and here A is, I just write here A is 1 by root 2 7i plus j, and the B is equal to 1 by root 2 minus I plus 7j. So this would become the 1 by root 2 21 plus 4, and this is the root 25 and the root 50 by 2. So this would become 1 by root 2, that imply theta would be 45 degree. So another one we just check here, the cos theta. This is for the cos theta A and this is for the B, that the E naught B by mod of E naught and the B. So this would become the 1 by root 2, just dot product here, minus 3 plus 28 by root 25 into root 50 by 2. So this would become 1 by root 2, that imply theta B is equal to 45 degree. So theta here, the pi by 4, that means A would be your correct answer. You just check all the option. Next, JAM 2010 is saying that three polarizer P, Q and the R are placed to each other with their plane perpendicular to the Z axis. Q is placed between P and R infinitely. The polarization direction P and Q are parallel, but R is perpendicular to them. So in which arrangement, which unpolarized light of intensity I naught is intense at the P, R and the Q. You have to find the polarizer Q is now rotated about the Z direction. Which following graph represent this statement? Here is a statement that I just draw for your understanding. This one is the light path. Here this is a polarizer, this one another, and this one the another. Here the light intensity I naught, here I1, here I2, this is the I3. Here theta 1 is at 0, theta 2 is at, here theta 2 is at 90. You just go through the questions, and here the 90 minus theta. So by the Malus law, we just know here that here I1 means the I naught by 2, and this would become I naught cos square theta. So just use Malus law, I1 is equal to I naught by 2. Here I2 is equal to I1 means I naught by 2 cos square theta. Next one, the I3 is equal to I naught by 2 cos square theta means cos square theta, and here the cos square 90 minus theta. So for theta equal to 0, that I3 is 0. For theta given 45, just calculate I3 would become I0 by 2 cos square 45 cos square 45, that means the I0 by 8. For theta 90 minus theta, this would become the 45. For theta 90 minus theta, that I3 would become the 0. So by this angle you just find the graph. You just say that for pi by 2 is 0 and I0 by 8, this is I0 by 8, basically the 45. This is pi by 4 and 0, so this means pi by 4. And for I by 4, this one, here this one is constant, no line, so 0. So I think B would be our correct answers. Last one, 2012 IIT JAM, that match this. This is a NEET type questions, I think. You just match group 1 and group 2. Given linear polarized LP, circular polarized CP, unpolarized UP and the elliptical polarized EP. So that first one, for the P option, here the theta P is equal to, just see here, sine theta plus theta dash, here cos. So phase is pi by 2, sine to cos pi by 2. With different amplitude means E0 and E0 by 2. E0 and E0 by 2. This is an important and conceptual questions, I think. Pi by 2. So with, just write here the different amplitude. So angle pi by 2 with different amplitude means it would become the elliptical polarized. Next one, for the Q option, that the theta Q is equal to, here also the sine cos, so pi by 2, but the same amplitude. So same amplitude for this is the circular polarized. Next one, for the theta R, here sine, the phase 0, different amplitude. So theta 0 different amplitude, linear polarized. Last one, the theta S, for S, that here sine pi by 4, just see pi by 4 and the same amplitude, so it would become the elliptical polarized. Here would elliptical polarized because different amplitude pi by 2 angle, but here theta is 45 degree pi by 4, so it would same or different amplitude, that doesn't matter, it would become the elliptical polarized. So I think first of all P4, this would be the elliptical polarized, and second one Q would be the circular polarized. Third one, the R, would be the linear polarized. Last one, that the S would be the unpolarized. This S would be this elliptical polarized. S would be the elliptical polarized and P would be the elliptical polarized. I think C would be our correct answer. So S, this S is 4 and P is 4. I think this is wrong. And here first one, just a minute. So these three are correct and S here the option is wrong because P is 4 and S is 4 also, but I think S pi by 4 is same amplitude, it would become the 4. First one is the pi by 2 for your theory section. For pi by 2 angle linear polarized, for we just theta is pi by 2 or 0. So linear polarized would become the option R. R would be linear polarized, right? 2 is right. So this would become unpolarized case. First one would be become 3. I just check one thing, that first one is become, this would become the unpolarized, because here we just say one thing, that pi by 4 pi by 2 amplitude with 1 means the odd multiple, but here given the different amplitude, so it would become the unpolarized, not elliptical polarized. You just cut here, this would become the unpolarized, so Q would become 2, R would become 1, and last one BS would become 4. So P here, this option would become 3. So C would be our correct answers. So we just cover here the 5 important questions from the IIT JAM, and for I think after solving these 5 questions, you just go through all of the questions in Polarization of Light from the IIT JAM. Now for a better practice and understanding, we just give you the another 5 important questions for your practice. You just pause the video and take a screenshot quickly. I think you just take a screenshot of this homework. So we just cover here 10 important questions for your practice understanding and the simplifications and conceptual problem also. So we just cover here the polarization of light, and last one, that the finally solve this homework, and if anyone needs the study material of my YouTube lecture, just mail without no hesitation, catshottingers1935@gmail.com. Last but not the least, thank you everyone for seeing the audiences, and thank you. Stay well and happy. Just have a good day.